Kelsey Lang again. She has not, she's not missing tonight. Whoa, Kelsey Lang with the alley-oop.
We came in at halftime and we realized Kelsey was 100%, and it was really shocking because those are things that you talk about, but it doesn't really happen.
It was incredible that she went 11 for 11 from the field. Nobody has done that.
The game was just amazing. To watch her make all those shots, you just wanted to keep feeding her and seeing if she could make them.
Kelsey Lang continues her assault in the paint.
It doesn't matter whether anybody's guarding you or not, it's hard to be perfect. And she had a really good night that night, and I'm sure she's proud of it.
Kelsey kind of broke the impossible thing with going a perfect game, and it was just really amazing to watch it. She deserves it. She's been putting in work.
She was perfect that night in December. Kelsey Lang dropping 23 points against New Orleans on a perfect 11 of 11 from the field. And Kelsey, you've had a fantastic career at Texas, but specifically on that night, what made you so great?
Well, I guess I didn't miss a shot that night. I had no idea that I was perfect until the end of the game when they shined the spotlight and announced it to the fans.
So what was going through your head if you didn't know you were perfect? Did you realize it was a pretty good game?
I mean, I definitely realized, Coach had said at halftime, keep getting it in to Kelsey. That team wasn't sending double teams or anything, so my teammates got me the ball when I needed it.
And it was a perfect night, but you found out after the fact. Because that's one of those things in baseball, like the perfect game no-hitter, you can't talk about it or it jinxes it. So no one mentioned it to you.
No one mentioned it, and actually after the game, my mom had said, I had gone back in, I guess, for the a few minutes in the fourth quarter, and my mom said she was sitting in the stands, saying, "Don't shoot it, don't miss, don't miss." And I took a shot and I made it, and so she was really glad I didn't miss that one.
Yeah, because you had to stay perfect, and
Exactly.
you did make mom happy there.
Yes.
That was at the beginning part of what now is a 12-game winning streak for your team. In that span of time, you're averaging 9 points and 9 rebounds per game. What would you say is clicking first off with the team during that stretch?
I think the team, we're just getting more comfortable with each other. We've had, injuries throughout the season, where someone might be out a game or two, and, everyone's back playing and everyone's doing great together. We're working hard in practice, but I think the biggest thing is that the newcomers are definitely getting more comfortable with Big 12 play and, the level of competitiveness each night, and they're definitely more comfortable.
How about you personally? What's clicked in these 12 games?
I think just, us gelling together. My teammates are definitely keeping me confident. They tell me to keep shooting, keep rebounding and everything. And I think we're all just kind of feeding off of each other right now.
We've seen a wide array of your offensive abilities, you putting up the shots from different parts of the court. And earlier in your career, you even billed yourself as really not an offensive-minded player earlier in your career on the high school level, early at the University of Texas. So now, how comfortable do you feel in that role in terms of putting up the points for this Texas team?
I definitely feel comfortable. I think that what's so great about our team is so many different people can score. And, a team doesn't know who to double team, who to face guard. And so I think that any given night, anyone, starters, people coming off the bench could put up, great numbers for us. And I think that that's what teams are struggling with.
In your sophomore year, we got accustomed to seeing you put up great numbers game in, game out. Seems like there was a little dip in terms of the numbers strictly your junior season, and they're back to where we expected them. And a lot of people around this program expected them to be, exceeding some of those expectations in some cases. So where are you in terms of your game, your confidence right now compared to what was ever going on a year ago?
Definitely, I feel, I just want to go out my last season and just leave everything out there. It's no redo. And so I think that, I'm just confident with what I've worked on in the off season. And I think, like I said, my teammates obviously are keeping me confident. And so I think that, I know I worked hard and I know I put the work in. And so now I'm just able to see it pay off.
And you've always played against some or with some pretty dominant bigs here at the University of Texas, Nneka and Impali, and then more recently you had Amani playing alongside. Tell me what you've learned from both of them, starting with Nneka.
Nneka, I think anyone who watches her play sees how hard that she goes every play. You know, she never takes a play off. And so I think from NECA, you know, I learned just don't take a play off and don't take a possession off. You know, if you get tired, ask for a sub. And so I think that everyone on our team is able to do that. You know, we know no one has to play 40 minutes because we have so many great players on this team. And so I think that's the biggest thing I learned from NECA.
And before we go to Amani, just keeping the topic with NECA, we were talking about her the first time you were on set in game plan. As a freshman, you and Bree Taylor were here, and we had clips of NECA basically just bowling people over on her own team. Yep. Before we went on, you're telling me there's a new NECA type with this group. Who is that?
So Joyner has decided, you know, whenever she wants to get a rebound, she'll knock over whoever she has to knock over to get that rebound. And she actually knocked me and Bree over in our last game. And I mean, I thought both of us were just going to get stuck down on the other end while she's dribbling the ball down the court the other way.
But when NECA was doing it, you were the underclassman. Now you're the senior. So what do you tell Joyner when she does that?
I mean, I can't complain. You know, she just came off of a great rebounding game, and I mean, I can't complain. As long as she gets it and it doesn't go out of bounds, you know, from us bobbling it, then I'm fine with it.
Let's go back to Amani now. What did you pick up from playing with her?
Amani just plays with, you know, confidence in her ability. She knows what she's good at, and then she knows what she struggles with, and so she does what she can, and she rebounds, you know, really great, and so does NECA. And I think that, you know, the rebounding piece of it is really what Amani has helped me with. And even now into this season, she's still texting me, you know, great rebounding game, or hey, you need to get more rebounds. So I think that's the main thing that Amani helped me with.
And one of the coolest things, I think, with having you here now, going through this process, 4 years, it's your senior year, is thinking about all the names of either significant players or characters that you've played with in this Texas program. When you look back, who do you miss the most in terms of either hanging with, playing with on this Texas team?
You know, I hate to say it because Amani is the most annoying person ever, but I do miss her. I mean, I played with her for 3 years, and I just miss her personality in the locker room, and especially on the court. You know, I loved playing with her, and I think we played great together, and so I do miss Amani.
Well, you mentioned that you know the finish line is coming up for you in your career here in Austin. What makes it a success for you this senior year?
I think just this team. I love this team, and I, you know, said in an interview before the season started that I loved last year's team, and I thought we were so close, and I didn't think that you could be on a team, you know, that cared about each other, played hard for each other as much as we did last year. But I think that this team has definitely surpassed that, and I love my teammates, and we're playing so great together, and I think we just complement each other so well, and I'm glad this is a team that will be my last year here.
Well, Kelsey, congratulations on everything you've done in your career to this point, and we look forward to a great ending as well.